Testing 1 2. Hello. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I think you guys can hear me. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Crazy But Not So Crazy podcast with your host, moi. Hello. I'm back in a new environment. And the podcast setup right now is kind of weird, but it's kind of perfect. It kind of works, it kind of works, but I don't know, but it does work. Anyway, hello, how are we? Let me sit up. Hello, how are we? It's been so long since I have done a podcast or anything. First of all, I was trying to get my channel back because there was a whole email thing where I couldn't get my channel back. And two, look how toned my arm looks. Like, bro, I haven't been working out or anything, but look at that. Oh my god, I'm just so happy to be back and to be in a new place. And with a new place comes a lot of things, and we will dive right in, just straight dive in. Okay, so obviously there's a fan next to me. It's not on, but yeah, there's a fan. Yeah, so honestly, I don't know how to start this podcast video, but first we shall talk about, I feel like I have been gone from YouTube for so long, but it's probably not been that long. First of all, can we talk about my hair? Because I love, the volume. Like, I don't even have to try, and it's just, like, so fluffy and voluminous. It's, like, most likely the humidity here, but also probably the shampoo I use. I use Head and Shoulders. Head and Shoulders is amazing. If you got dandruff, it's okay. We're not gonna judge here. Nobody's judging. Cause we all have dandruff or something. Probably, maybe. Yeah. So I moved to Minnesota and from New Jersey because of family, because of toxic situation, which we will get into that later, but I just wanted to take a second and breathe because I haven't really soaked it all in yet. Like, I've soaked half of it in that I have moved entirely across the state. I don't know how far Minnesota is from New Jersey, but it's far. It's far enough. So to be like, hey, yeah, a lot of stuff has changed. A lot. Like, oh my god. First of all, I have a boyfriend. Second of all, I'm now on birth control, which that is crazy. That is wild because I have never been on birth control ever since I was like, I felt like I should have been on it when I was 16 because anything could happen when you're a teenager or a kid, unfortunately. Like, so I wasn't on it until the rightful age of like 21. And then, yeah, so that's great. I mean, the birth control I use is called Opill, and it is the counter birth control. I love it for me because it reminds me to, like, I set an alarm, I take it. I mean, there's been occasions where it's been kind of an asshole too because we go places, we do things. I just kind of casually forget about it sometimes a little bit, but it's so far, it hasn't been bad. The only thing bad about it is that I cannot stop bleeding. And what I mean by that is, so I had my this is gonna be TMI, but I don't care. You know me, I don't care. So I had my period, right? March, no, May 19th, right? And it stopped somewhere in like March or June. I can't remember. I have it written down, but I can't remember top of my head, obviously. And then I started bleeding, like it some people call it a second period, like some women. So I'm like, okay. But then I was so scared because I didn't know what was going on with me. I'm like frantically Googling, like, what is going on? What is happening to my body? Um, but a lot of things can cause a second period, like stress, birth control. So, and I was so confused what was going on. I didn't know what it was. So, yeah. And then it also could be, um, it's most likely not period blood. It's most likely oxygen, you know, oxidizing. It could be so many other things. It could be possibly an infection, but I would know if I had an infection, and I feel I don't have an infection. Now, frankly, I don't have a doctor. Now, if I had a doctor, I I would like be 100% calm about it, but I don't, so I'm concerned cuz it's like still going on, and I don't want to wear a pad every day because ladies, we know how uncomfortable a pad is, and having to just wear it every day and it ruins. I've had countless like bleeds and it has ruined clothes. I mean, it's just blood, it washes out, but still, and it's embarrassing. Um it is truly embarrassing. There was a time where my boyfriend, he has bowling leagues every Thursday, so I was like, okay, for some reason, I think it's over because it's like spotting sometimes. Um, I think it's over, right? So I don't wear anything, but thank God I had an emergency like pad with me. But I don't wear anything. And then, after an hour, I have to like go to the bathroom, and of course, I bled. I wanted a break. I didn't think I was gonna bleed, but I did. So I did an emergency pad, so blah. And then I checked and it leaked through my pants. I'm like, oh my god, I feel so much embarrassment right now. And mind you, you should not be embarrassed about a period, because a period happens to every goddamn woman. And if your man is embarrassed because you have a period, or any man for that matter, dump him, because he's not the right one for you. Because if he gets embarrassed about period blood or gets disgusted by period blood, dump him, because, yeah. So I literally went up to I went up to Will. That's his name. I went up to Will and I just was so embarrassed, and he like he tried his best to comfort me and tell me it's okay. I'm like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, I just do not feel good. I already feel embarrassed. I'm just not I don't feel good at all. I'm just suffering through it, and I'm like trying to be a supportive girlfriend and support him. So yeah, that was embarrassing. And then, so it's just, It's just like so, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. But honestly, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's literally like the human body in a woman. Like a woman's reproductive system is so interesting to me. I mean, a boy's reproductive system is so interesting, but a woman's, like, literally, like, we're carrying eggs and we're dropping them and we're shedding our uterine lining. Like, that's so interesting to me. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, damn, we are so powerful as women. Like, that is so crazy to me, um, that stuff happens. But anyway, you might be wondering, hey, why am I not wearing glasses right now? Because I always have glasses ever since I was started this YouTube channel, which was the rightful age of like 12, I think, 11. I can't remember, like, honestly. Um, but yeah, sadly my glasses broke, so you're gonna have to, I feel, I feel so naked without my glasses. Let me tell you, for people who have worn glasses all of their life, and your glasses, like, suddenly break, and you don't have enough money to, like, get new ones or something, so you kind of just have to deal with it, and it sucks. My eyes, I feel naked without my glasses. So, which normally my glasses like break and they're easy to fix, but this time it fully like snapped like off the thing. So, they're broken. They break. They're like, you know what? We're just gonna do this for you because you're already kind of struggling, so we're just gonna just break in half. Alrighty. Like, I'm like, damn it. Like, thank you so much for just breaking. That's great. Love it. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so we're gonna get emotional and talk about why I moved here because it is such. I've explained this story so many times to people, and I feel like I need to. I've explained it in a different video, but I just never really truly explained it on my podcast. And I don't care anymore about the repercussions of, because stuff has happened and it is not fair at all. Um okay, so this all started because of my mother. My mother, a narcissist like she is, who drinks almost every night, and she has been talking down to me ever since I was like a kid. You know, when you're a kid, it doesn't really get that bad, but when you start growing up, it gets worse. You know, I mean, as a kid, I didn't really see it until I saw it, and then it got worse. So that's great. So my mom, she would yell at me, talk down to me like I was stupid, manipulate the crap out of me. Like I couldn't. She hated me. The idea of me having friends. Like I couldn't have Like I could have friends over, but not for long periods of time. I couldn't have a sleepover because she would make the same excuse over and over again. And that I needed my sleep, and that I need my sleep for work. I need this, I need that, I need blah blah blah, you know? And I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friends for a long period of time. Like I would have a curfew. Mind you, I am a 21-year-old woman. Why the fuck Do I have a fucking... Like, my curfew was 9:30. 9:30. I would... Okay, it would be understandable if I had a curfew at, like, 1 a.m. You know? Because who the hell is staying out until 1 a.m.? Well, I mean... Yeah, but I mean, it would be understandable if it was more reasonable or if I didn't have a curfew at all because I am a responsible, mature person. But apparently, my mom doesn't see it that way, you know? So that's great. Okay. Anyway, so the night before that this whole shebang, this whole thing happened, the night before, she, and if I disobey that curfew, she gets super mad and yells at me and goes ballistic and like grounding me and like all this stuff. I'm like, ma'am, like what? Listen, okay, I am 21 years old. Why are you grounding me? I get it. It's your house. It's your rules, but it's also my house, but she never made me feel like it was my house to begin with. Also, I get it. I'm not paying the bills. I'm not like not I don't have a job, which I honestly I've had like odd jobs. So it's not like I didn't pay rent when I had a job. And before all this happened, I was gonna have a job. I was gonna work at a piercing place and get paid like on commission and all that stuff. And like I was super excited about it, you know, as you would. But all of this happened, and then so now I'm still struggling to find a job. But I mean, I have an interview supposedly next Saturday for a daycare, so I am so excited about that. I'm preparing myself, but anyway, I'm getting off track. Okay, so the night before, I and mind you, what I left out of this story is that every time that like she would lock me out of the house, change the keypad code, like all this stuff. I'm like, okay, so then I would sleep over at my best friend's. Uh I love her to death. She literally brought me here. Like, she hugged me at the airport and all this stuff. So, I'm literally just one person. Alright. So, anyway, I'm still getting off track. But you know what? Okay, so the night before, right, I'm sleeping over at Mackenzie's because my mom pulls this crap again. I'm like, for the bajillionth time. I'm like, okay. And then, so I wake up, I explain this stuff to my brother, right? I explained it to my brother, and he texts me and says this line that I will never forget. What did what did you do? Bitch? What? Oh my god. And then my aunt texts me and calls me a disappointment. She's like, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm like, which, that doesn't faze me because my mom has been yelling at me like I'm a disappointment all my life. So, bitch, oh my god, that does not disappoint me. You think that disappoints me? I've been hearing it all my life. And all of, mind you, as I'm saying this story, it is my story, and I'm not shitting on the rest of my family. No, I'm shitting on the people that have hurt me so much, and they honestly deserve it because why are you treating your child this way? Why are you treating your niece this way? Why are you treating your sister this way? Like, that is, I have been dealing with my mom's crap for so long, ever since I was born. So, and why do you think I will put up with her crap? I will put up, it is a miracle that I have dealt with anyone's crap this long, cause this, yeah, but I'm getting off track again. But oh my god. Anyway, so I get that text. My best friend, Mackenzie, I love her so much. If she's watching this, mwah. Um, Literally, I get the text, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Or like says, "What the fuck?" And then looks at me, and I'm also like, "What the fuck?" I'm like staring at it, like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. We go along with our day, like any normal day, right? And then we get home, I'm like super tense because my mom is really scary, and it's like her way or the highway, and it's a really intense, toxic environment. So I get home. Obviously my mom goes ballistic and screams at me, which I'm used to. I'm used to. And then I get upstairs, and she follows me, um, and she like threatens me. This woman has threatened to hit me before. Okay, so let me put that in your brains. So this woman like threatened to hit me before. All right, so now that we got that implanted in your brains, um, so I So she yelled at me, blah blah blah, it's her way or the highway, like I literally have to get up for work the next day, blah blah blah. I get it. I get it. We all have responsibilities. We all do. So it's not like I haven't been working my ass off either, so I deserve to enjoy myself with my friends. But no, that's not the case. We're talking about a woman who has made me had my first anxiety attack in public because as a teenager it got so much worse. Like she would text me every second that I was out. So I remember it so vividly too. I know we're getting off track again, but we will get back to what I was originally talking about. I just want to also put this in perspective as well, that this so we were at an amusement park on the boardwalk, and so we wanted to go on a ride. I'm like, okay, it's like the ride that like sloshes back and forth, the pirate ship, if you guys have ever been on it. So we went on that, and immediately my chest got tight, and everything just like my hearing just clicked off, and all I could hear was my heartbeat, and I knew I was having an anxiety attack. I gripped the handle thingy, like the handle grasp. I grasped that thing so tightly, I thought I was going to like rip into it. Like I grasped at that thing so tightly. And then when we got off, luckily I was with my friends at the time. My friends, they were like kept talking to me, and I needed to get out of there. I needed like fresh air, even though we were outside, but we were like crowded with people. So I'm like, I need to get outside, and there's like an arcade. You go through it to get outside. I fell into I fell into something, and I immediately just sat there for a moment. Then my friend, like, he's not really my friend, quote unquote. I mean, there's drama with that, but yeah. So, literally, I just fell on the floor, and then he knew what was happening, so took me outside, like, to get more fresh air. Sat on a bench, My best friend was right there next to me, literally, and she's not a very huggable person, but she's like, I will let you hug me, and I just cried. I cried in her arms. The rest of the day, I felt so shitty and terrible, and it's like, I tried so hard to enjoy myself, but I could not because the intensity of that woman just scared me to my core. It was so intense as well. It was so intense. But anyway, so I get back, my mom like follows me up, scolded me, blah blah blah, how dare you, you irresponsible person, blah blah blah. And she's seized my phone. Now, technically, it's my mom pays for it, but technically it was also my property at the same time. I don't know. Um, so she's like, give me your phone. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get my job up? How am I supposed to start my job if I can't contact people, my family, my friend, blah, 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 blah. I didn't fight with her. I just stared at her and gave her my phone. And thank God I had my Xbox. She didn't take my Xbox away. I literally got, after an hour or so, I got on my Xbox and I told my boyfriend, we were long distance for a long time before this happened, so I told him everything. And he originally told me that if this kept happening with my mom, then I could live with him and like just get away. So, and that was like in the near future and not right now, but apparently it happened right now. So that was great. Um so I told him the situation got worse. And she took my phone away and all this stuff, and he's like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna book the plane tickets and yada yada. So, and then I started to like contact my best friend, and she's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to literally tomorrow, I'm going to pick you up, and I had to pack all of my stuff the day before. Not like all of my stuff, because I was worried about the weight distribution on my suitcase, because we only had like so much money so, to like get me there and get me food and whatever for the plane. So I packed like maybe the essentials, like my toothbrush, toothpaste, all that stuff. I didn't really pack like too much clothes. I packed a little bit, but not a lot, essentials. My brain was going through so much at that time. I couldn't even fully grasp like what happened. Um, so I grabbed my suitcase. I'm looking at it right now. My pink suitcase. I grabbed my pink suitcase. I'm like, okay, I need to literally get my head on straight and make sure that this is a decision I want to make, because me and Mackenzie were thinking about a different option. Now we were thinking about like moving in together and all that stuff and blah blah blah. So, but I'm like, Mackenzie, I need to do this for myself because I have been struggling and suffering in silence for so long because I did not want to tell my family to ruin the image of my mother. And that hurt the worst, that I could not explain to anybody from the get-go why I was literally feeling this way, and I had to tell people who were like, hey, how you doing? Like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I had to be like that for months, for years actually. I wasn't truly, it's not like I wasn't living or anything. It's just I truly was so numb that I was pretending for so long. And but whenever I was with like my best friends or my friends, I was not like that. I was so happy and free, and it's like I wanted that to last forever. And I was like, okay, this is a serious decision, and I want to do this not because I moved here for a guy. Let's make that clear because everybody thinks so. Like, all my family thinks I have moved here for a guy. Let me make that clear. I have not. I moved here for myself, for my freedom and space and time to heal from things. And so far, I feel so great and amazing while being here. Actually, yesterday, me and Will celebrated our 3 month anniversary, so I'm pretty happy. I'm happy and I'm great. And but anyway, so I was like packing, said goodbye to my dog, which I miss him so much. I love him so much. I miss him. Um, and it broke my heart to leave him in that environment. But honestly, I couldn't like take a dog on a plane. I don't even have like a lot of money, and he has cats, so it's like how would they like adjust to him, you know? And it's in an apartment, and it's like a tiny, not tiny apartment, but it's like not really livable for a dog, basically. So yeah, I had to make that decision for myself to leave him, which was the hardest thing I had to do. But you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, I guess. Because I was in fight or flight mode my whole life, and so it's so weird to to not have to do chores like because you had to. Because if you didn't, like my mom would come home and yell at me all the time. If I didn't do anything the entire day, she would yell at me sometimes. Not all the time, but like sometimes for not being like doing the chores. She would give me a list of chores to do, and I had to text her before she got home that I did all of them and that I was gonna hang out with my best friend Mackenzie, and she was like, okay, like blah blah blah. So every time I wanted to hang out with her, or every time, like just in general, had to text her a checklist, like blah blah blah. And it got so invented in my brain that it is so weird to just not have to suddenly do that anymore. But I obviously help around the house like no other, like, because obviously everyone has work. So I clean, I cook, I do chores, and Will, he gets like so like aggravated that I do it. I'm like, it's literally a force of habit, babe, and I do it out of the generosity of my heart anyway. So, and I do it a lot. I do it like almost every day. So, I try not to. I'm getting better at it. honestly, I'm getting better at it. So, but, yeah, anyway, oh, excuse me, oh, I feel like I got a burp, oof, ooh, those burps, oh my god, a burp is trapped in my esophagus right now, oh my god. Anyway, so I was checking if the mic was still on, anyway, so, I pack up all my stuff, say my goodbye to the house, but it didn't really feel like home. It didn't feel like home to me, so I did not feel sad, I did not cry, I did not feel anything about leaving until like maybe like a week ago, like when I got settled here, and then I started feeling everything. Um, so I got to the airport. Okay, we hugged, me and Mackenzie, at like the terminal, because obviously she can't go through like security and whatever. There was a problem at the gate. Apparently the payment wasn't going through. It was so weird. Like, there wasn't an option for Cash App, and I'm like, why? Like, why isn't there an option for Cash App? So that it was just so weird. But anyway, it eventually went through customs and everything fine, and I was waiting at my terminal, and I got like a pretzel, like Annie Ann's pretzel, which, delicious. So I waited for about an hour or so for my plane to board, and it did. And I looked out the window and I didn't even cry. I didn't even cry. I was like, I am going to miss the people that I love the most, that in my family. My good family, I guess. I don't know. Um, so, but this is the start of my new journey, and I couldn't go back now. I was already on the plane. I had to, like, fully commit now. I'm like, oh god. And I hate when you first start, like, flying. I hate that, like, lift off. I hate it so much. And I flew Delta. It was a great service, but it was really bumpy. There was so much turbulence, but it was a great flight nonetheless. I watched Zootopia and I loved it. It was great. I loved it. And then, me and Will lost each other in the airport for a hot minute. Like, it was a big ass airport, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I going? I don't even know. So, but eventually we found each other, and the first look at him, the first look, I'm like, I knew that I wanna like spend the rest of my life with this man. Like, I knew, because we have been friends for a long time before we started dating, and it's like it has been the best. Being Having a best friend and also being your partner is amazing. It's so great. So, and then, which I know some of you are saying, oh, but like meeting online is dangerous, blah blah blah. I made sure we FaceTimed every day, so I don't want to hear it that you can AI FaceTime and blah blah blah. You literally cannot AI FaceTime. So we FaceTimed every day before this happened. So we made sure that we were not being catfished, we were not being trolled or anything. So, seeing each other in person, I was so, like, nervous but so excited because I knew that I have found the person for me, and also, not to mention, just seeing him in person really felt amazing and it made it feel real and genuine. So, yeah, that is the story. And honestly, ever since then, the first week of me getting settled in, we kind of got settled in like really quickly. Like, we have a dresser with all my clothes in it and his clothes, and it's a lot more organized in here and nicer than it was, because obviously living with a boys in general are kinda gross. But you know what? He's clean. I love him. I love you. I'm sorry. But had to call you out there a little bit. But it has been smooth sailing ever since. Um and I love it here. The people are so nice, like so nice here. That in New Jersey, I'm like, not to shit on New Jersey, but I mean, there's a couple things that Minnesota is grateful for, than better at than New Jersey. And I would say the people and the food. The food is so delicious. I have never in my life had such amazing food than than like ever. So basically, um, but I have this podcast is gonna be a long one because I literally, oh my god, I have so many stories, but I just wanted to like get this story out of the way. So yeah, but I love you guys and stay tuned. And I also have a couples channel. I will put it either link it in the description or put it on the screen somewhere. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.